Hey everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Friday. Here with your energy check-in. I've got a lot to cover. I'm just going to go ahead and get started, okay? So, we are looking at what does Spirit want us to know just overall about Divine Feminine's journey and Divine Masculine's journey. And then we'll go into the most significant energies that they have towards each other, their head space, their heart space, and then their environment. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm not going to do bottoms of the deck for the oracle cards because they're so big for my hands. I wasn't able to shuffle, so I had to do it intuitively for that second deck. So we're just going to go ahead and get started, and we'll start with Divine Feminine. So I'm using the Gods and Goddesses deck and the Gita deck, and all of these decks are available on my Amazon storefront, which the link is in my description box on this video. So for Divine Feminine, Spirit wants you to know that you are in the energy of Dharma, okay? Sri Ram, this is the King of Dharma. So when this card comes up, this is all about fidelity. This is about loyalty. This is about obedience as virtue, meaning that, that is your philosophy. Your philosophy, your virtue is obedience. Your dharma is keeping your word. It's about standing in your truth, making sure that you are aligning your higher self with your earthly self here and aligning that for this spiritual journey. So I do feel like, look, it says security, name, and status. This is about walking the walk and talking the talk, okay? Or is it talk the talk, walk the walk, whatever. You know what I mean? You got to talk the talk, walk the walk, right? I mean, like, you got to walk and talk. It all needs to be the same. I'm sure someone's going to comment and tell me what the saying is, but you get the point. The point is, like, if we're going to be preaching, it's like practice what you preach. If you're going to preach truth, if you're going to preach honesty, if you're going to preach fidelity, then you're not going to go out and cheat. You're not going to go out and lie. You're not going to go out and be dishonest to yourself and to other people, okay? So if you're preaching a philosophy, a belief, it is your belief. It is your belief that you are going to be in your energy of alignment. So if you think that if you're teaching that, oh, you can't trust anybody and you can't believe in people and everybody is a trauma and everybody is a narcissist, you got to look at yourself, because are those the things that you're manifesting in your own world and then you're projecting it outside of yourself? If you're in the energy of projecting truth, believing that there's truth, believing that there's honesty and integrity, okay, and also being real about it, right? Then those are the things that are going to be manifesting. So I really do feel like Divine Feminine on her spiritual journey, she stands in her truth. She's about fidelity, loyalty to herself, loyalty to her virtue, loyalty to her journey. She's not going around and cheating. She's not going around and cheating herself, putting herself as second best. She's sitting on her throne in her dharma, in her energy of standing in her truth, keeping her word, keeping her alignment to her soul contract. The second energy for what Spirit wants you to know, Divine Feminine, about your journey is tolerance. And this is saying the temporary appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance over time are like the coming and going of winter and summer seasons. They arise from a sense of perception, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So this is about, don't let your outside circumstances disrupt your inside circumstances. This is the energy if you are in separation and then talking again, and then that talking ends, and then now you're in separation again. You have to flow with it. You've got to tolerate all of the cycles in your spiritual journey. If you have these cycles of abundance and then have these cycles where it feels like there's some lack, it's about tolerating and experiencing the energy without disturbing your soul, without disturbing your mind. It's in this energy of understanding that every season, every peak and valley has a meaning, has a purpose. And this, as divine feminine, stands in her truth, stands in her integrity, stands in her power. She's starting to tolerate this journey better. A lot of times I'll get clients and say, "Oh my God, it's just taking so long. It's been so long. I haven't talked to him in so long. He's been in this karmic energy for so long." Well, that's because you're waiting. You are disturbed by someone else's journey. I don't care what his label is, divine feminine. I don't care if he's, a twin flame, whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are disturbing your peace. You are disturbing your soul's growth because you're so wrapped up in an outcome of what this masculine is going to do. Is he going to get out of the situation? Is he going to come forward? Is he going to text? Is he going to call? All these expectations. That is not tolerance. The divine feminine that I am speaking about with Spirit's message is the divine feminine that sits in her power and says, "You know what? I know my truth. I know my value. I know my worth. I know the worth and value of other people. I know the worth of value of my mission. And therefore, anything that happens on this journey, up or down, negative or positive, is a perception. And that I am learning how to tolerate these cycles so that my soul doesn't get disrupted." I hope that made sense. So now let's look at where divine masculine is at. What does Spirit want divine masculine to know about where he is on his journey? And we have the energy of Jagannath, Lord of the universe. Okay, and I think it's like in South India. I'm not really sure, so don't quote me on this, but I feel like this is the idol or murti, they would say, the form in which they worship Krishna. Okay, so when this card comes out, this is about worldly power, devotion to Krishna. This is about freedom from the cycle of birth and death, perfection of the arts in the service of God, or the service of the universe, or service to your higher self, or service to energy. I do feel like masculine Spirit wants you to know that you are starting to master your universe. You are starting to master your earthly world that had you in chains of lust, chains of greed, chains of karma. And now you are starting to master your universe and attain freedom from this cycle of birth and re-death. It's this constant, like, okay, well, I can't be with this karmic, and then you're solo, and then now you move on to the next karmic, or the next karmic lesson, or the next karmic job. And so this is really telling me that masculine is in the energy of mastering his universe. Spirit is saying, masculine, hey buddy, you are mastering your universe. You are going through a death and rebirth because you are starting to see the false ego. You were thinking that you are the creator and being of all. That is ego. He didn't believe in a higher purpose, higher source, higher power, even if that's just his higher self. He thought he was Lord Almighty, okay? King of all women, right? Like, king of his universe, king of his job, king of his kingdom. He's really letting go of this false ego. This says, bewildered spirit souls, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, think themselves to be the doer of activities, which are in actuality carried out by nature. So he may think that he makes the sun rise and the sun set. He may think that he's the best thing that's ever happened to someone, to a job, to whatever. False ego. He is breaking out of false ego patterns and realizing that he's actually being led by a higher energy, could be his higher self, could be the universe, could be God, whatever, okay, ancestors, spirit guides, angels. But he is seeing in his humbling that he needs to align himself with good, with his truth, and not the false ego. So he is really, 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 I love this for him. He is determined to eliminate anything false, relationship, jobs, whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the most significant overall energy that masculine and feminine are holding on to towards each other. Okay, by the way, I'm going to let you know now that if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. I have cleared out some time next week. So if you guys are wanting to book a reading or a healing session or a coaching session with me, I can get you in, or try to get you in next week. Okay, I do have some slots available for next week. So book your reading now. My 30-minute twin flame energy check-in is on sale only through Tuesday, the 15th. 15% off only until the 15th. So book that session now. And even if you want to book it now and schedule something for later, maybe you're thinking that, you want to kind of resolve some things and you want to have your reading later, that's fine. Just make sure that you book now while that energy check-in reading is on sale. Last thing, we have the masterclass, How to Read Tarot Like a Priestess, on sale now. And if you live in the United States, I will send you my Divine Connections tarot deck for free. Again, if you live in the United States. In the masterclass, I teach you how to read tarot with multiple decks, with oracle cards. I will teach you about the Fool's Journey from the 0 card all the way to the World card. And I'll tell you what the story is of the Fool. And then I will take you through each card, each major arcana, each court card, each minor arcana card, and I will tell you how to read it in the upright and in the reverse position for love, finance, and career so that you can do your own readings, okay? I will teach you how to open up a portal, how to protect yourself when you are doing readings for yourself and other people. So it's on sale right now. And if you live in the United States, I will ship you a free deck while supplies last. Book that now because you can be doing your own readings and your own energy check-ins, okay? And it's going to be helpful for you. So book that. It is an online class. I will email you the videos and you can take them whenever you want at your own pace, and you will always have those videos at your disposal. Let's talk about the overall energy. So the most significant overall energy that masculine and feminine hold towards each other is this energy of just kind of taking a time out. Okay, you look at the jester, he's sitting on the box, right? There's an energy of spiritual escape. So it's time where they just kind of want to sit on their own. They want to connect to spirit. They want to connect to their guides. They want to, connect in their dream space. And so this is an energy where as they're sitting and connecting and meditating, there is a great deal, my Buddha fell. There's a great deal of anxiety that is coming up based on what they are experiencing or maybe seeing in meditation. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with divine masculine, Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Fire. So I do feel that when masculine and feminine are meditating, there's a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety about two people, two women. And third parties come out a lot today on masculine side. Remember last time? We keep getting it on the feminine side. The feminine's processing. The feminine wants to break out of the story. Well, guess what? It's all showing up on the masculine side. So we're going to get a lot of third party information today. So I do feel like maybe masculine was connecting maybe with an earth sign and a fire sign. And I do feel like when there is this energy of the masculine, when he goes into meditation and he starts to cut out this false ego, he gets a lot of stress He's starting to experience a lot of stress about his behavior towards these two women. And I feel like when feminine goes into her meditation or even in her dreams, she may be having some potential anxiety or nightmares about this third party situation. So, very interesting, right? So let's now go ahead and see what that's the bottom of the deck. So that's the theme for this energy that I'm going to read now. So when divine feminine is in that anxiety and really thinking about masculine and his juggling, she's in the energy of, she feels like she's walking a tightrope, right? There's a lot of balance that is necessary. There's these ambitions, there are these goals that she has. And so, she's just exhausted. She's exhausted by her ambition. She's exhausted by this goal that she had of masculine. So despite all the effort that she has put in to balance herself, to walk on the tightrope, to really, master her craft and master herself, she's wondering, am I ever going to be good enough? Are we ever going to make it? There's a lot of frustration because masculine has been in this energy of wanting multiple options, wanting multiple choices. And now she's kind of in this energy of like, I don't want it. I don't want to be an option. I don't want to be a choice. I am cutting myself out of this connection. I'm cutting myself out. I'm releasing myself as being an option. You can go and dream and have anxiety about all kinds of people and all kinds of choices because maybe this is the third or the fourth or the fifth person that he's chosen since he's been with her or has known her rather. And it's like, no matter how much I work on myself, that's the problem when you have an outcome, when you have a goal, okay? Your goal shouldn't be the masculine. The goal should be you. Goal should be you. But this is her most significant energy towards masculine. When she was in the energy of saying, okay, I have this goal. I want this abundance. I want this connection. There was procrastination. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of fantasizing. And now she's like, you weren't open to it. I'm actually cutting myself out of it. I'm releasing myself of this energy of being an option, of being a choice, of being someone you put on the back burner. Done. Most significant energy for divine masculine as related to his feminine. Look at this. There's this person caring for this dove. So when divine masculine's most significant energy towards his feminine is that there has been so much comfort, healing, and caring that has come from her, even while he has juggled her. Even though he has juggled her, had multiple relationships, he has always felt divine feminine's love, comfort, care, and healing. And this is where I know that it's a juggling other relationships. 3 of Cups. That is my third party card. So his most significant energy, he's starting to see that I juggled my feminine with other people and she still loved me. I did the same thing over and over again. Repetition. I did the same thing over and over again, but she still loved me. She still cared about me. And that's giving him anxiety. Okay? Wow. I didn't know what all these cards were going to mean because, as you guys know, I channel real time. I don't channel in advance, but I was kind of like, I wonder how that's all going to work out. So let's go ahead and look at the head, heart, and environment for masculine and feminine. So for divine feminine, we have, bottom of the deck, anxiety. There's a lot of stress that she's experiencing in her heart chakra right now about masculine's deception and the lack of truth and the juggling of relationships. And look at this, Queen of Pentacles right underneath that. That's how I know that the divine feminine is likely the Queen of Pentacles energy, the earth sign energy, and the other person may be that fire sign. But just a side note, doesn't have to be. So divine feminine's most significant overall energy, head, heart, environment. There's a lot of anxiety. She may be having some anxiety in her heart chakra. She may be feeling very anxious and sad and depressed about love because she's made perhaps an energy. She could be feeling like she deceived herself. Okay, there's a lot of anxiety. Was like, did I make this up? Did I deceive myself? Like, what the hell? My God, my ear is ringing right as I said that. So there's this energy of, did I deceive myself? But there's also this definite energy, given her overall energy, is that there's a lot of anxiety in her heart about masculine's deception, about him being unable to change, about him not being responsive, about him not coming forward with the truth. There's a lot of anxiety about that. But the thing is, I gotta tell you, feminines, don't look to masculine to bring you the truth, okay? Because the closure that you are requiring, you can only bring to yourself. It'd be nice to get an apology. It'd be great to get some closure and some clarity, but that's putting the power outside of you. Okay, that's keeping you stuck in a cycle, and it is not your truth. Your truth is your truth. Your truth is that I am working hard on myself and my truth is I will not be a third party energy to any other connection. That you will not. This hasn't been the first time that the masculine has chosen another partner. You got to figure it out this time. He can make a free will decision to never choose this connection. I'm going to keep it really real. He can make a free will decision if he is in false ego, which we see he's coming out of. But he can make a free will decision to never choose this connection. He can choose the connection. He can say, hey, I don't want to be with anybody anymore. Then where do you go? This is why always bet on you. Your goal is you. Your goal is union of you. Cut yourself out of the third party situation. Do not be a party to the third party situation. If you're not going to be a party to that, then there's no third party. These cards will stop coming out. So what is divine masculine's bottom of the deck? Well, it's interesting. Now remember, these are general collective readings, okay? To understand your own personal situation, you've got to do a personal reading. Otherwise, just take the messages as they resonate. So we have the Angel of Balance, which we already got for him, where he knows that he's been juggling and balancing other relationships. Moving on from the false ego, moving on from the devil's energy, which is where he has been emotionally tied, trapped, addicted, burdened. So when this card comes out for Divine Masculine, Angel of Balance, this card is all about making decisions that are going to be good for you. Okay, look at, he's making decisions that are good for him. Are you making decisions that are good for you? Now you are, if you're cutting yourself out of this like missed opportunity, oh my God, this fantasy, you're making good decisions. So he's in this energy of being centered. He's honoring his choices. He's going to make choices that honor where he wants to go, what he wants to do. He wants to balance himself. And that means moving on from toxicity, moving on from karma or karmics that keep him weighed down. This is why we're getting the third party cards, because now he is in this energy of balance, of cutting out the false ego, finally, and moving on. But hey, there's the thing, we've had this before, right? We've had this before where he's cut out a karmic and he's moved on, only to move on to the feminine, to leave the feminine again, and then move on to another karmic. Okay, we've seen this, a different karmic. So this is why, don't get caught up, people. He's got to make that final decision that I'm coming in with an offer, like a strong offer. I'm coming in as divine masculine, not the Knight of Wands that comes in and rekindles and says, I love you, and oh my God, you feel like home, only to leave again and get scared. Okay? Be the wiser. Stand in your dharma and tolerate these cycles. Okay. Now, Divine Feminine's most significant thought when she thinks of masculine, blossoming abundance. This connection, when she thinks of her masculine, can be everything. We can be abundant. We can be abundant in love, right? Love abounds. That's what she's thinking. She's like, there, we could do so much. There's so much love that I feel for you, that you feel for me. This is also that Ace of Cups, right? There's this energy of, wanting to just fill her own cup, be abundant on her own. But she's feeling the restriction. She's feeling the restriction of the connection. Where do we get the Devil card? Bottom of the deck for him. So the storyline here, couple of ways. It is this abundance and love that she wants to have for self, but she feels very caged in. So she's really paying attention to her wisdom. It is this energy also that there is this blossoming abundance and love that can be with masculine, but there is this toxicity that makes this connection very delicate and restricted. What is masculine's most significant thought when he thinks of feminine? He loves his feminine. He sees her as this love. Look at this rose quartz energy. I mean, this rosy energy, right? When he is in this energy towards feminine, he feels love. When he's thinking about her, love is in his mind. He feels like this is a tender connection. He thinks it's a tender connection. There's a longing. There's a longing here that he didn't choose wisely. He didn't make choices in love wisely. He chose someone who was going to teach him a lesson, and that was the third party. So when he's thinking of his feminine, he's thinking about the abundance of love that he didn't choose, because he chose a third party that was going to teach him a lesson. Okay. Heart space. What is divine feminine's most significant feeling towards masculine? She has a great deal of appreciation. She has appreciation for the journey. She has appreciation for the lessons that masculine has brought her. She has appreciation for the wounds masculine has reflected back to her. She has a great deal of appreciation, but now she's moving on. She's moving on in victory as she hones in her thoughts, okay? Because this whole restriction of her thoughts, right, with the Devil's energy, she wants victory over that. So she knows she's got to control her emotions, because we had 7 of Cups, 4 of Cups in her overall energy. So there's a little bit of, a lot of emotional energy. And so she's really trying to hone in her thoughts. She's really trying to hone in her feelings so that she can move on. She's just ready to move on. In the heart space for divine masculine, here she is again. Notice how in both cards, feminine is in her heart space. Feminine is healing, is holding the heart, right? Angel of love, woman holding a heart. If you look here, it's that bird, that dove, that innocent, lovely, angelic being. That he sees his feminine as that. No matter what he's done, she is still offered her care, love, and healing, whether it's in the physical or energetically. And so in his heart space, he sees her as love. He's trying to stabilize himself, root chakra. He's trying to stabilize himself. He's trying to become more dependable. I do feel he feels like he's off kilter in the world. Okay, I do feel like he's in this energy of, not feeling like he has enough. It's an energy where he may have issues with his physical body. Maybe he's been injured. Maybe he's got issues with money. Maybe there's like home life issues. Maybe he's moving homes. But there's something in his root chakra that doesn't feel right now. And so he's really trying to align and heal so that he can be a loving and devoted companion to her, because he knows that that's what she deserves. In the environment for divine feminine, what's happening in her environment? Look at this. The number 1 card in this deck, the Sun card. She's ready for a new beginning. She's ready for a new cycle. She's ready for a new path. And she's doing this from her sacral chakra, meaning she's emotionally vulnerable. She's opened up in her heart space and in her vulnerability. She is in this energy of knowing what it is that she wants, what she desires. She's in this energy of having joy and passion and love, and that's what she wants. That's what she wants to successfully complete and make. That's what she wants to alchemize. A new beginning from a place of joy, passion, and desire. What about the environment for divine masculine? We got a lot of chakras here, okay? So we got the heart chakra, we've got sacral, now we have solar and root. What's missing? Crown, right? We're missing the crown and we're missing the third eye. But we have, and the throat. We have the heart, we have the solar plexus, we have the sacral, and we have the root. We have 4 of the 7 chakras. And granted, I know that there's many chakras, but those are the 7. 7 is what we mostly know, right? So we have crown, we have third eye, we have throat. Isn't it interesting that those are the 3 that are missing right now? That's because they're really coming into their alignment. And until they come into their alignment and into their vision, star card, right? Can there be communication to move forward? So masculine is working on his solar plexus. He's working on his courage, on his confidence to rise as the sun. I think this is the sun card. I hate it when they call it different things. Hold on a second. Let me check. It is the sun. And look at, we have the sun. Oh my God. See what happens when you move on? I'm so excited because, listen, I didn't know, right? I told you, I channel real time. Look at this, sun and the sun. Just when she moves on. Oh my God, I'm just so hyped up now. She moves on. She knows that she wants what she desires. She knows she wants successful completion. And this is what she wants to manifest. Guess what? He's working on. He's working on his courage and confidence to bring in the light, to bring in that new beginning that she desires. And this energy of balancing things out, he's ready to progress from. He's ready to move from. Remember, we started with the juggling and we're ending with the juggling, right? That juggling is being balanced out so that he can bring this courage and confidence and light to the light. She's the light. Look at, he's headed towards the sun. Who's the sun? She is. So I felt I had to do a third-party reading because whenever the third-party card comes out, I do a reading on it. So I asked, because it came up for him, what is divine masculine's overall energy towards the karmic? Okay, we have the card of opposition. This is Chariot in reverse. And we have the wine card. So this is saying it's blocked. Their connection is blocked. His overall energy is that he's blocking this connection. There is this energy where he doesn't know where it's going. There's a lack of direction in building anything long term. Okay? There's no legacy. There's no development. It's blocked. It's blocked from developing. Okay? So what is his energy towards this karmic? The energy is 5 of Wands. There's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of conflict that they have towards each other that he is trying to solution. So he's in the energy of holding back. He's holding back love. He's tuning into his intuition to take care of himself so that he can mature, so that he can develop. And here is that Queen of Cups. We saw that in his heart, which is his feminine. He feels this energy that he knows he needs to evolve. He knows he needs to evolve in order to be with her. And he knows that with the karmic, he is being untrue to himself. He's being dishonest with himself. He's being dishonest to his feminine. He knows that he is commitment phobic and he's faking happiness with the karmic. He's faking happiness by if he rekindles the connection. He knows he is being dishonest and untrue to himself if he starts this connection up again with like an Ace of Wands energy. So he's blocking the connection with the karmic. I don't feel like it's 100% over. I feel like he's repressed. I feel like he's pulled away. I feel like he's in his own intuition, knowing that he needs to change. He knows that he doesn't want to be in this connection, but I don't know that it's quite over. I feel the energy still very strongly in masculine's energy, because I do feel like he's starting to choose wisely. I do feel that. I feel like the more this false ego burns down, the more he's going to master his world. Okay? From a place of alignment. I hope that this reading helped you. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And don't forget, if you want to read tarot for yourself or for other people, masterclass, How to Read Tarot Like a Priestess, on sale now. Queen of Light 1111. You get a free deck, free Divine Connections Tarot deck if you live in the United States, and I will ship it to you for free while supplies last. Have a great day. Bye.